Hey Floss Tube, it's Taryn with TVdesigns. I hope everybody's had a great week. It is Saturday, September 17th, I think. I've gotten a little bit of stitching done this week, not a whole lot. I've been sick all week. So mostly when I haven't been at work, I just want to sleep. Not that I get to, but when I'm that tired, I don't want to stitch either. And it wouldn't matter because then I just have to pull it all back out anyway. So, let's see. I worked a little bit on the Duncan Dog from the Animal Advent Calendar by Brooks Books. I filled in the missing things in his little sweater, started on his khaki pants. And like I said before, I'm going to have to outline around his shirt because you just can't see it. It looks like he has no arms. That's not good. I worked a little bit on the Bob Ross piece from Good Morning Maui. It's an Etsy shop if anybody's interested in that one. I finished up, last time I just had this and like the bottom of the easel in this line. This kept looking off to me, and finally I counted and I was off one, so I had to pull that out and put the new one in, but I got it finished. And his art palette and his shirt. At first when I put the shirt in there, I was like, that's so tiny. It can't be right. So I pulled the pattern back out to look at it, and it's like, yeah, it's right. Tiny shirt, big head. So, but I've got something on here. Look at that. I don't know what it is. It just like appeared. What the heck? So I'm not sure how I'm going to get that out, but figure something out. I've really enjoyed working on this piece. It is so fun and so easy. On the palette right here, I have, because they're all colors, numbered colors in the pattern, and I have them all here in my little bag. But for most of them, that is the only stitch. I mean, that's the only red, it's the only orange, it's the only stitch in that color. So I just pulled out my Ort bag, and like if I had a red piece that was big enough for me to make 1X with, and you know, and secure it and everything, then I use that instead of pulling off from a whole new skein. So it works. That's all right with me. I'm so excited. I finished the house. On mine, across the bottom, I need to put in, it'll say keeping families close, and then under that I will put in the organization, the year that the Dell Children's Ronald McDonald House was established, and the organization that did it. And then that will be ready to go find a frame for. And I have a daughter that has volunteered quite a bit up there she used to do beauty pageants, and part of their title, if you won a title, you were expected to do volunteer work. And the Ronald McDonald House was one of the places that we would volunteer. We would go, I know we've made breakfast for them a couple of times, and lunch and dinner, you know, that kind of thing. We would go up there and prepare the meals for the families who are staying there. It's one less thing that they have to worry about. And my daughter would go read to the little kids, who some of them were there, some of them are there because they have a sibling that's in the at Dell Children's right across the parking lot from the Ronald McDonald House. So it's, I don't want to say a sad place to be. It's I think, emotional and really heartfelt to be in the building and trying to do something to help these families. So I'm really excited to be so close to getting this finished so that we can take it up to them. When I emailed them asking them if they would like when it was established, and if they would like a dedication on the piece and everything, they were so gracious and so grateful when they answered my email that somebody would do something like this and put in the work for something like that. And that's just great. It is great. It's great that there are people, they have people signed up, organizations and families, for almost every meal. I mean, if you call to try to sign up and go do a meal for them, you have to, it's generally months in advance that you have to book it, because there are that many people that want to help and be a part of it. So that restores a little faith in humanity. A little. That was all I worked on this week, cross-stitch wise. I folded some paper dresses because I had an order. I've got it before I put these in the mail. I was going to mail them yesterday, but I didn't have time to look. I like to, because it's out of book pages, I like to make sure that I'm not sending something with curse words all over it. So I need to look at those before I send them out. But I've got, I've got 3. I think there are 10 that go around. So if 10 for the last row and 5 for the bottoms, 15, 12 more to go, and I'll be finished with this part. And then I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do to line it in the inside of the bag. I guess I should, I'm close enough now. I guess I could go ahead and order handles too. Because I think I'm going to put leather handles on it. I'm not sure yet. And I really need to get it done because I have so much yarn. I need to move on to something else. I'm looking right here, just around me. There's a huge tub that I don't think I could get another skein of yarn in. There's a giant suitcase that's full of yarn. At least one, there might be 2. I know there's a little tub in my pantry that has yarn in it, because doesn't everybody store tubs of yarn in their pantry? And then there's more just spread out here in the dungeon, here and there. So I really need to get something done with everything. Got tons of fabric, tons of yarn, tons of cross-stitch stuff, tons of kits. And I got a little bit done on 3 cross-stitch things and 1 crochet thing. I am knocking it out. So in that vein, here's some more stuff that I bought. How's that? I got this little Heart and Hands spring pattern. They have all the seasons, obviously. It doesn't look like it's focused. I don't know if that's not focusing or if it's just my glasses. Because sometimes I think it's kind of cloudy outside, and really I just need to clean my glasses, so I can't tell. But I'm not gonna do them all together like that, which is good since I only have spring. I just thought it was cute. I found it on eBay and it was a couple of bucks, so I bought it. Just because I can, I guess. And then I bought a couple of little things of fabric that are patterned. The only problem is the middle is not patterned. I really wish that the pattern just went all over and I could cover it with what I wanted, but I don't think it is. But it's cute. We'll see. I have nothing in mind for getting it done. There's no plan, so because sometimes you just have to buy it. I got these little, they're finished cross stitch pieces. They were on eBay. I hate seeing, even though these are little simple designs, I hate seeing stuff for sale so cheap. I paid less than $1.50 with shipping for these, and seriously, that hurts my heart. It really does. I think I'm probably going to cut them out. This one's the real thin stuff, so I'm going to line it. But I think I'll just cut them out and make bowl fillers out of them and put them in the bowl in my, I don't know what you call it. Our kitchen and dining room is all one open area, and it has like a seating area in it. So I don't know, is that the kitchen, the dining room? Is it the den, the living room? I don't know, because we have another room with, you know, the couch and the TV and all that stuff. We have denim couches in this room, so we just call it the blue couch room, because then that way everybody knows where it is. Because I don't, what do you call that? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's where the bowl filler is. So that's, I want to fill those in and do that. Got to go to the office again. But Dax and our son Wyatt are at a State Guard Army training thing. Wyatt's thinking he wants to join the State Guard. Actually, he's thinking he wants to join the Army. And I'm not sure how to feel about that. But he's thinking he wants to join the State Guard. And so Dax took him over there. They're kind of having a recruiting day today. And maybe he can see if he's going to like it. So before, I want to go into the office today because I can get more stuff done without interruption. Love my husband, but depending on what he's working with, there are days where it's just like, okay, I'm not going to try to do anything. I'm just going to sit here and answer your questions because I cannot keep up with how many times you've been in here. So without him there, maybe I can go get some stuff done. But I think before I go to the office, I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby. Just because I can. I really have no thing in mind. And I have to tell you, I said I was going to quit lying saying that I wasn't going to buy anything. I look at patterns all the time. I sit and I scroll through eBay and some other things and look at stuff, and I haven't really found anything that strikes me enough to want to buy it. You know, I liked this enough, and I may have ordered another one or two little ones, but nothing really big. And I kind of feel like that's good, because God knows I don't need it. It's not like I don't have that huge stack back here waiting for me. Oh, I got my postcard pal with the Soulful Stitching Sisters Year of Whips. We've been partnered up, and each month we're supposed to send a postcard to our partner to help motivate them, to help keep them going and all of that. And I couldn't be more thrilled. My partner is Abby at Bella Stitch, and I am so excited. So we'll see how that goes. If you have not watched Abby's videos. You've got to go check them out. It's Abby Bella Stitch here on YouTube. She's a hoot. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. I know the Ronald McDonald House was one of my whips to work on. I was looking to see if, because I've made my list. Oh my God, I suck at this, people. This being organized stuff. I am not an organized person, and I try to be all the time. Oh, and I just found it because in trying to be organized, I stuck it on my bulletin board right in front of me, and wow, just wow. I couldn't find it because, once again, I did something that was smart, and that is out of the ordinary. Anyway, it was, the Ronald McDonald piece was on my list for the Year of Whips, and that doesn't start until October, so I think I'm going to be done with it. The other one on my Year of Whips, another one, is the baby one, and I don't have it out here with me to show you. I don't like the baby right now. The 2 times that I've started it and ripped everything out have made me really, really dislike this baby. I cannot bring myself to even put a new stitch in there again. Now, like I said, I've been sick all week, and I've also been hormonal all week. Either one of them by themselves is enough to deal with. The 2 of them together is not safe for anyone. It's ridiculousness. As a matter of fact, I'm exhausted from having to control myself and keep my mouth shut all week, so as not to be a hateful, horrible person. And the baby just, yeah, I don't like the baby, so it's not been a good idea. I haven't even touched it. I've thought of taking it out a couple of times, and it just makes me in an even worse mood. And I'm not going to stitch on something that makes me feel like that. But I almost pulled it out of my whip box and just decided, you know what, this goes away forever. But I decided to leave it in there a little bit and see, once I really don't feel like crap, if I hate it any less. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not expecting to fall in love with it anytime soon, so it may get knocked off of my Year of Whips piece list too. But even if I take those 2 off, that still leaves me 14 projects, which will be plenty of work. I'm looking around. Oh, sometimes at the office I order, there's a Domino's pizza down the street from the office, but I'll order their pasta. Their pasta dishes are really good. And they come in these little boxes, but because they're pasta dishes, they come in a separate container, so the box is clean inside. And I can use that for something. So, what do I use that for? Should I put like a little project that I'm working on, but it's kind of fat? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I have projects that might work in it. I do, I make little felt food. That would be cute in there. I don't know. But I hate to throw that away. It's a great box. I'm psycho. Anyway, I was up in the attic earlier digging around for Halloween decorations. I am ready for Halloween. I've had it with summer. I'm ready for fall. And it's totally fall around here, y'all, because it's like, I don't know, 93 degrees during the day. So we have hit it. Look, I'm even wearing Snoopy Halloween stuff. So it's time, I guess. Maybe I'll go buy some apple cider and we can sit and drink hot apple cider and cinnamon schnapps out in the 85-degree weather in the evenings. That should be awesome. I have to sit in rocking chairs inside the house with the air way down. But while I was looking around, see if I can get it where you can see it without a glare, I came across this. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. No, maybe. It's one I made so long ago. But, let's see. If I try to cover it, I don't know. How can it reflect something that I'm covering up? Anyway, I'm trying, y'all. I just thought it was kind of silly and cute. And because I have Native American heritage that my dad's researched and done all that stuff, I even have a certificate of my Cherokee name that my dad had certified, and I don't know if he had to put on the rolls or something. I don't know. I have a certificate somewhere. And the name, it's Purple Sage is my Cherokee name. And really it's a joke because my grandmother could not stand to be quiet. If we were traveling in the car, she could not stand to just let it be silent. If other people weren't talking, she would talk. And not necessarily even talk and have a conversation. She would read every sign on the road that you drove past. Only she didn't read them. She read like the first 3 letters and made up what the rest of the word was. But at one point, my mom had taken her to visit relatives, and they were having to drive about an hour away to visit some different relatives down in South Texas, and there was just, it's all farmers and fields, and there's just a bunch of nothing in the area. And so what my grandma was just driving down the road, and the purple sage plants were in bloom. And so in order not to have any noise, she was just like, purple sage, purple sage, purple sage, every time they passed a plant. So I do that to my mom all the time if we're going someplace and there's purple sage. And anytime Dax and I go anywhere and there's purple sage blooming, I'll stand in front of it and he'll take a picture to send to her, to my mom. And so anyway, that's the Cherokee name I got. But all of this is because when our kids were little, and because they would say, you know, that because I'm Indian, that my husband must be a pilgrim. Was he a pilgrim or an Indian? Because there is no in between when they were little. So all the time we have, here's us, here's Dad's people. One of my daughters has very dark, very straight hair. And she had, when they were little, a much more olive complexion than the other kids. And so we used to tease her that those are her people too. The Cherokee are her people, and my little fair-skinned children were all pilgrims. Those are their people. But So there you go. Everybody's people are represented here. Whatever. It's just a little fun we like to have around here because we're stupid that way. Anyway, that's really all I've got. I hope everybody has a good week and that you get lots of stitching done. I'm going to hopefully get my Ronald McDonald House finished before next week. I'm really hoping. I don't have any real plans outside of that. I want to get these little pieces done up and into the bowl fillers and get that taken care of. Hopefully I'll get a little more time out here in the dungeon to keep it clean, get it clean, keep it clean. I'm so far away from clean, there is no keep to it. But there's, you know, there's stuff going on. I guess that's good. And if I can keep moving ahead out here, that'll make me happy. I'll have room to actually get some of this stuff done. At the moment, I've been busy pinning down the trim on this little piece. That's what I was doing this morning so that I can get it stitched up, since I want to put out the Halloween decorations. And I lined it with little Halloween fabric. How cute is that fabric? But I want to get the Halloween decorations out, so I would really like to get that finished for this year and get it out. So, and all I have to do is stitch that binding down. That shouldn't be that difficult, but we all know how that goes, don't we? Anyway, y'all have a great week and get lots of stitching done if you can. But no matter what you do, enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Which is why I haven't touched that baby piece, because I don't want to do it if I'm not going to be happy with it. And I'm not going to be happy doing it. So we'll see when I get over. It's like the perfect storm, being sick and hormonal all at once. And if we can survive the storm, then maybe I'll give it some thought, but I'm not going to push it. As much as I would like to give it to them, I'm not even sure that they would appreciate the amount of work that goes into it. And we all know how frustrating that is. So, I'm just going to do what makes me happy, and that's just going to be okay. Y'all have a good one, and we will see you next week. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you for all of your wonderful comments and ideas. You guys are the best. You really are. And I hope that y'all actually know that and believe it, because as somebody who doesn't have stitchy friends that are anywhere around me, it is awesome to be able to connect with people here on FlossTube, on Facebook, in the different groups. It is wonderful, and I look so forward to updated videos, to checking in on Facebook. And even though I'm terrible about commenting and keeping straight what I'm doing, it does not in any way mean that I don't love you guys and that I'm not there looking at stuff. I'm just terrible with the update stuff. That's why I got all this gray in my hair, because I don't even update that. Anyway, we will see you next week, and keep the comments going. Keep them coming. I really do appreciate it. Thanks.